Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatguru. So last week we could not meet because I was not here, and before that we talked about the significance of Navaratri and the stories of Durga Saptasati or Chandi, that 9 different demons Divine Mother kills. Whenever this kind of references are there in our scriptures, Krishna killing the demons, or Rama killing Ravana, or Krishna killing Kamsa, or Durga killing these asuras, it is not destruction, it is not nasha. Nasha means to destroy. It is always, the word is used vinasha. Vinasha, many people say it is killing in all sense of term. The very existence will not remain. It is not hideous killing. You will find the references which are given in Ramayana and other stories that God, Divine Mother or incarnation of God, they liberate these negatives. But in one way, if you see, in Hinduism there is no concept of Satan or Antichrist as it is in Christianity. Whenever somebody does something wrong, they say Satan has took over my mind. And then Satan is not God. It is opposite to God. In Vedanta or Hinduism, we don't have that. We don't have that negative concept that something is opposite to God. We have concept that what you perceive negative is also is manifestation of the same God. So there is no concept of eliminating this negativity, but rather the negativity also behind which the same divinity is there. And to realize this demon that you are also the same, that is the process, and that's why it's called vinasha, visheshena nasha. Killing, but in a different way. It is like promoting somebody, making somebody free. Whatever negativity exists in us is because of ignorance. Whatever you do something which is called wrong is all because of ignorance. You don't commit mistake without ignorance. You say people knowingly do it. No. You think he is knowingly doing. Nobody can do knowingly with interest doing wrong. It's not possible logically. So the ignorance is there about oneself, ignorance about the self. So this ignorance is called avidya. What is avidya? What is ignorance? Ignorance of what? Ignorance of that I am the self. We do not know that I am Atman. That is ignorance. And if it is not there, if that knowledge is not there, so you identify yourself with the body or mind or intellect, etc., which is an objective reality for us even in this relative world. Though we have so much identification with the body, but still body becomes your object of perception. And as we were talking last time, if this is my object of perception, one thing is very sure, that I am not this object. Otherwise I cannot perceive it. To perceive an object is determined that you are not that. You are not that object. If you are that object, you cannot perceive the object. You can perceive, see or touch or smell or taste or whatever, is all that is not you, other than you. This duality itself is the cause of ignorance. Or some say duality is the effect of this ignorance. But you remain the self even if you are not, do not know. Even if you do not know, you remain what you are. That's called truth. What is truth? That which remains in all the three states, not past, present and future, but your three states. That is waking, sleep and deep sleep. That we need to find. What is that which is always there? It is never absent. Bhagavad Gita, there is a beautiful sloka. That which is Sat, existence, can never be extinct. That which is presence can never be absent. That which is absent cannot be present. So that which is always present, Trikala Abadhita Satya. Satya means that which cannot be negated in any of the three states. This world which you see around us, whether I am seeing you or you are seeing me, this relative world where we see millions of objects, good and bad, with some we are attached, with some we hate, most of them we have nothing to do with that. We are neutral. But this world which you see, where it goes in your, when you sleep, you say the world is there, I am sleeping. Why you say world doesn't remain? But that is somebody's experience, not your experience. Do you go to deep sleep and parallel you have the experience of this world also? No. So you, with your mind, you with your mind and body, and you without the mind and body. These are the three states. But there is something which remains in all these three states, and that is you or your real nature or your real self. Now also it is there, in deep sleep also it is there, and in dream state also it is there. It is you who with the body and mind is able to see this world. You, when the body sleeps but mind is awake and mind is working, you create your own world, and that you call dream. Every day you create the world. Sometimes something of this world you bring reference. Sometimes you create which you have never seen or heard about. And there is one state which is deep sleep. The deep sleep also, other person will tell you when you wake up that you were in deep sleep. Your experience is only one, that yes, I am there. Your existence remains. Your existence in waking, dream and deep sleep is a continuous existence. You do not know when it started. Anadi. But it is not Ananta. It calls Santa, not Shanta. Santa, Sa-Anta, with and. What is the end? When you realize the truth, this duality goes away. That's why it has got an end. But it is Anadi, you do not know when it started. Do you have any remembrance of when your life started? No, we don't have. Even the memory was not there when we started existing. And our existence, does it mean it starts with our birth? No. Before our birth, yes. Science says till now, in the womb of your mother. But unless the conscious principle is there in you, there is no birth also. It's a conscious principle. So idea is this, to know who I am, one who is constant in three states, that is me. I have experience of that, you have experience of that, of three states. Even if apparently there is no objective word in deep sleep, but you have experience of deep sleep. When you come out of deep sleep, you have these two modifications or two thoughts in your mind. I didn't know anything, but I was very happy. That Sushupti is a state of happiness. Think two people, one person slept because he ate more than what he should, overeating. Along with another person also went to sleep because he couldn't get food. Their dreams may differ because one stomach is empty, one stomach is full. But there is no difference in the deep sleep of these two people. Deep sleep doesn't depend even on your physical state of mind. And if you remember, that is what sadhana is there all about. Even if you remember, in your waking state, what is your memory of deep sleep? And that is the meditation. All different types of meditation is modifications or different aspects of this same. About me, who am I? Vedanta says, who am I? In Bhakti Shastras, the question is not what is God. The question is who is God? And eventually, all the definitions of that God you will find that God is that who resides in your heart or resides in you as consciousness. The Occidental philosophers will say that you have consciousness. The Oriental philosophy says, I am the consciousness and I have the body. Because you remain and body goes. Body will change. The consciousness remains the same. Initially as Jivatma, after realization it is Atma. This is the philosophy. So, just because we are one day before Kali Puja, and actually tonight is for many places, it is Kali Chaturdashi is today. So tomorrow day we celebrate as Deepavali. In Hinduism, many schools are there. You not only have Vedanta, you have Bhakti Shastra, you have Tantra, Among Bhakti Shastra there are schools different. In Vedanta there are different schools. In Tantra also there are many schools. The schools is nothing but experience of those saints. Because of their mental build-up, because of their liking, disliking or bhava, same truth is being realized as little different aspect of that reality. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, in Bhagavatam, he is Satchidananda Krishna. In Tantra, she is Satchidananda Shakti. And in Vedanta, he is Satchidananda Brahma, Atma or Brahma. Now, what is this Satchidananda they talk about? There are three words: Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat, Chit, Ananda, because of the Sanskrit word, it becomes, joins together, becomes Satchidananda. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat refers to existence. What is existence? I am. This is. That is. He is. She is. Something because of which our existence is there. Existence, in science you will find, one is a force and one is mass. Mass and force many times get multiplied and creates huge energy, Shakti again. Mass is always an object. Mass was never a subject. Sat is the isness, is isness. That existence. What is that because of which I exist? My existence is there. I move around, I talk. What is there when it will leave me or leave this body? Then this body cannot exist. That one which lives is not living, but this body gets disconnected with this conscious principle. So when this prana or the consciousness goes away, then this body doesn't last. There is another phenomenon which is very interesting. We say we are living, we are not dead yet. Think of a candle. When you burn the candle, candle keeps burning. We keep on living. But the meaning of burning of candle is nothing but candles traveling towards extinction. If candle doesn't burn, it is still like a bird. As soon as I will burn it tomorrow, maybe in few hours time, that candle doesn't remain. So our life is like candle. This mass has a limit. And when that limit is over, we consider a person is dead. Other way of looking at it. When we are living, the body continuously changes. all that is living being, all that which has movement, is continuously changing entity. A child is born, he grows. There is a change in him. He grows up to a certain extent, then he declines, he decays. But that also is a change. So he started with the birth. Changing started, and we celebrate this change. When the change stops, when there is no change in the body, when there is no change in the body, that state is death. Sat is existence. That something because of which we exist. But that existence has another aspect called chit, or the knowledge. Not chitta, but chit. C-H-I-T. Chitta is a hard disk. Where the memory is stored is called chitta. But chit is the knowledge aspect of our existence. Is the knowledge aspect of our existence. The continuous ability and will and wish to know. We continuously want to know. Those who wants to know the objects are called materialistic because they study the material and they want to know about the material. Those who want to know who they themselves are is called spiritual because they are looking for spirit. So spiritual and material is the same tendency to know. The progress of science is that tendency for which a human being wants to know. Why you send your vehicle, so to say, to different planets? Moon is our own planet, moon is our own moon. The earth has one moon. Then we go to another planet. Human beings' curiosity to know will not stop unless they want to know. Wherever it will be possible, it will go. They say Brihaspati or Guru is not a mass of land which you see. Cannot be. Probably, I don't know. I am not a astronomy student. But not every planet will be like our planet. Or like Mangal, that where you can land, there is something called land mass. There are planets which are nothing but what is this? Just see if somebody is there. Devi or someone will be there to check it. It's okay. Let one person go. It's okay. So many planets which you see are nothing but a big mass of gas. There is no earth. Land is not there. It is not a land like all the space shuttles will go and land on moon, because moon has a land like ours. Not every planet has the same. Anyway. So one is Sat, existence. That is our tendency. Or our quality. We exist. We have a notion of existence, that we are existing. That is called Sat. Then our idea to know, curiosity, the whole world runs on this. And the third is very interesting. Whoever exists, human being or animal or birds or insects or everybody wants to be happy. Do we say any time, oh, it is quite long that I am continuously happy. Why no misery in my life? I need some misery. No, we do not want it. That's why the purpose of reading scriptures and realize the truth or Atman is called Atyantika Dukkha Nivritti, complete cessation of misery, and Paramananda Praptischa, and having or receiving Parama Ananda, the highest bliss, highest and continuous. These three tendencies are how are built in us. Example is, for example, there is a pond. In that pond there is fish. You take the fish out, you will find the fish wants to go back to the water. Because fish cannot exist without water. That's why it wants to go back. Without water, fish existence cannot be there. In the same way, these three aspects are part of every living being: to exist, to know, and to be happy. These are the three things in us. It's not tendencies. Actually, we are made of this. We are made of this. So says that it is Samachittananda is your Swarupa. It is not your quality, but it is what you are. Just like some people say that my mind is very unstable. So we say not to be stable is the quality of your mind. Can you separate the river and the water of the river? No. Because it is a river is a river because water is there. If there is no water, it is not a river. So continuous change gives you notion of existence. You say how it is? We are growing. From childhood we grew, say up to 20, 25, 30, maximum 40 you can say that you are growing. After 40 it is not growth. Actually after 18, 20 there is no growth. There is always decline. So our graph goes like this. We grow, then we decay. This state from growth and decay, actually it is divided into 6 in our scriptures. They are very intelligent. Jayate, a child is born. But child is born means what? He came out of the mother's womb. That which is called child is born. But child existed inside mother also. So that when the child's existence, whether inside or outside, is called Jayate. When it comes out, the child has its own separate existence. Till then it was part of mother. That's why it is called Asti. It is Vardhate. Then he grows. After that, Viparinamate. Then he starts changing. Apakshiyate. Then decay will start. Our hairs become white, our skin becomes with so many wrinkles, our joints will be painful, digestive system will be affected, memory will be affected, senses will be affected. So it is called apakshiyate. And last is called mriyate. Then the body which this Jivatma was handling till now, and with that was fulfilling his or her desires. Body is an instrument which is given to us for fulfilling your desire, working out your karma. But if you don't have desire, you don't have any balanced karma to get rewarded or to get punished, there is no reason for your birth. There is no birth without desire and effect of your past karma. So Samachittananda is not our qualities. It is what we are. Atman, even if we don't have experience, it has existence, isness. Then it is full of knowledge. Knowledge doesn't mean curiosity or to know AI or management or something, not from that point of view. It is of the nature of knowledge. Our body has no nature of knowledge. Body is a sthula sarira. It doesn't have, body has a gross existence. But Atman is not of the nature of the body. It doesn't have gross existence. So it is called Chit Swarupa. Nature of knowledge. Atman doesn't have nature of the body, it is nature of knowledge. So existence, that which exists, why we exist, we were talking about it only. It has a nature because of which we say it is existing. To be. And that existence is of the nature of knowledge. Knowledge is not again information knowledge, not that knowledge. That consciousness, if there is a phone, you are able to recognize that this is a phone. The specs doesn't recognize it. Why? It doesn't have this element. Or even if it is there, it is not manifested. So our nature, our true self, first thing it is, but it has a nature of knowledge, not like object. It is in form of knowledge, conscious awareness is there. Then Ananda, that is our nature. That's why we want to be happy. And the maximum happiness which you naturally enjoy Maximum happiness is always in deep sleep. Not other than deep sleep you can have. The joy which you get in deep sleep, just compare with others. Any other joy which you want to compare. Any kind of joy you get. Joy in hearing, joy in seeing, joy in feeling, touching, any kind of joy. That happiness which is created by union of two, me and the sweet. The sweet entered into me, rather I eat the sweet, and the happiness is created, or rather happiness is felt. Happiness without any object is more finer, is more permanent, it is more palpable, it is more, you can feel it. Secondly, every joy which you get because of an object has a limited frequency, has a limited shelf life, so to say. There is no joy in this world. Whichever joy you say, joy of eating, joy of drinking, joy of anything, little more, that becomes misery. That which is happiness, happiness itself immediately becomes misery. You can't tolerate more than that. This is the light. If the light is less than what we can see, so we can say, light is too less, I am not able to read also. When there is very little light, you cannot even see around. Same experience you have when there is too much light. Fluorescent light, at least I can see, because it is within the frequency. Can you look at the sun in the afternoon? You cannot. You have limited range in which you enjoy. More than that, that enjoyment itself becomes misery. You can interpret in whichever way. I give an example which is easy to give and it's not that non-social to give that example. We like sweets, we like ice cream, chocolate, any sweet. We have a range. Within the range, the same sweet gives you happiness. Little out of the range, same sweet which just now gave happiness to me will start giving misery to me. Up to certain extent, aircon is good. If we reduce it to 20, 18, 16, 14, none of you will say it is comfortable. Between this, maybe between 22 to 30, 32, you say it is comfortable. If the temperature is 45, you don't like it. It is temperature higher is a misery, little lower is happiness. Happiness and misery is the same, exactly same. Because once it is out of your range of happiness, it is misery. Object remains the same. Same sweet, same chocolate, same ice cream gives us happiness. When more than certain quantity or more than certain sweetness the same object which was giving me happiness starts giving me misery. Same object. There is no objective happiness. What is objective happiness? Happiness felt because of an object. I am not the ice cream, I eat ice cream. I am not chocolate, I eat chocolate. Any kind of object which gives you happiness, so far as it is within your range, it gives you happiness. Little out of your range, that object starts giving misery to you. Object neither gives happiness nor misery. It is you who has a range. Less than that or more than that is not comfortable, is not enjoyable. It is misery, and people do not want it. So these tendencies, or this state of to be like consciousness, and which is of the form of happiness. I eat sweet, I became happy. I watched something good, I became happy. I heard something good, I was happy. What you are seeing in deep sleep that you are so much happy? There is no object. Just try to think. That what other day I was telling. Just try to remember even your experience in deep sleep. What is that which gives you happiness? Now you and me, we are sitting here. If you feel happy means you are receiving something. Either what I am speaking, that can make you happy, of the comfortable, that make you happy. Or behind pictures of the travel, that make you happy. Something objective or something in object makes you happy. There is no such objective thing in your deep sleep which makes you happy. That's why the sushupti or the happiness in deep sleep is the closest example we can give of realizing God, realizing Atman. Though it is very little compared to that. So the Satchidananda, when objectively worshipped, cannot be objectified. How can be objectified? That's why in our Vedas it is said, that which we cannot objectify is God. One concept I say, Kenopanishad. Yad chakshusana pashyati. That which cannot be seen by the eyes, yena chakshunsi pashyati. But because of which eyes are able to see. Ears are not able to hear that reality, but because of which the ears are able to hear. Mind cannot think about Atman. Because of Atman, mind is able to think. Yad manasana manute yenahur manomatam tadeva brahma. That is Brahman, that is Atma, that is consciousness. From within, you know it. You know it for sure that because of whom all the senses are working, but senses are not able to experience Him. Atman cannot be experienced with senses, no. Atman understands Atman. Because you are Atman, you know Him. You know Atman, not otherwise. Not you know like you know the specs or phone. Because you are Atman, you understand yourself. But still we want to worship God. So look at the puja process, what we do. When puja starts, it's a ritual. Not that we are bringing out the consciousness, no. But God is within me as consciousness from knowledge point of view. So we say, okay, God is in my heart. If I want to worship, I must give a name to my God. If I want to worship, I must give a form to my God. But when we worship, before we worship, we meditate like this. And then you will find, if you are observant, before the worship starts, there is a small ritual as if we are bringing out the God who is within me. I am bringing out the God to worship. So we put a flower here, just for ritual, nothing to do with all these things, and just for gesture and ritual to understand. We take flower, meditate from like this. Meditate, it's called Kurma Mudra. And then you will find the worshipper does like this. He breathes out. You can't breathe out your consciousness. But it is a gesture, the God who is within me, as if I am taking him out and putting in the flower. Then I put flower there and then I start worshipping that flower. And when puja is over, you will find one gesture is there. You will take this flower and put it back. That smell which he takes, it's symbolic, has nothing to do with Atman. It's a symbolic, that's why it is called ritual. That God whom I brought it out of my heart just to worship, I am bringing him back. That's for worship purpose.
Who's doing that? That is the God, that's what I am.
Because we are ignorant, that's why we are doing that. This body also is not God. This breath also is not God. And you cannot take out God or bring the God inside. These are all play. Puja is a play. Puja is another, you can't do it. You cannot worship God. Even our Upanishad says up to that extent. What example I gave? Yas chakshusha pashyati, yena chakshunsi pashyati, whom eyes cannot see, because of whom eyes are able to see, tadeva Brahma, that is Brahman, tvam vidde, you know that. Na idam yadidam upasate. That is not God whom you are worshipping outside. No. Whom you are worshipping? You say when Sri Ramakrishna was in body, we worshipped him, we saw him. You worshipped Sri Ramakrishna because of two reasons. Because he realized the truth, that's why you worship him. And that body was worshipped, that form was worshipped, because in that form God was realized. So that form becomes very pure, worshipable. You go and worship in the temple. You don't go and worship in any other room. Why? So temple is the body of God, for example. And what you worship there, not the statue, whom you worship is the soul or the Atma. So this concept of Satchidananda, the truth, is in Tantra, it's called Kali or Durga or Divine Mother Shakti. The same truth is put in other scriptures, Bhagavatam and others, is Satchidananda Krishna. You to Agama and Nigama, Satchidananda Shiva. Everybody is eventually Satchidananda. All the forms are not reality. That's why Totapuri told to Sri Ramakrishna, when that form of mother comes, you have to destroy the form. Sri Ramakrishna is not destroying Kali, no. That form, he has to go beyond the form. Otherwise you cannot. Can you realize God like this body, no? Consciousness. So, that Samachittananda is worshipped as a divine mother. And when you call it mother, then all motherly things come into picture. That's all the songs and all that are about mother. Oh mother, you are like this. Oh mother, you are like this. Hindu is a very typical spiritual person. He worships, but he knows it is not that whom I am worshipping. No. It's a principle. It's a existence which is not visible because of my eyes, but can be felt, just like consciousness. For the sake of worship, you do it. For the sake of worship, you bring it out from within you as if. For the sake of worship, you create temples. That's why Hinduism never had temples. We never had temples. If there is a temple in one scripture you show me, there is a reference of a temple as such? No, there is no temple. But we learn from people. We learn ourselves. Okay, if I can have a body, why can't I imagine God can have a body? Avatar had a body. So we created that form in form of a statue and started worshipping that. That statue is not God. You are worshipping God symbolically to the statue. So idea is this. So this worship of Divine Mother comes. In the 2 classes before we discussed this, that even the form of Mother Kali is nothing but philosophy. There is no lady called Kali moving around anywhere in West Bengal, no. But she is infinite. So she doesn't have clothes. If I am wearing clothes means I am limited. You are wearing clothes means you are a limited person. Whatever tall you are, 6 feet, 7 feet, 8 feet, 10 feet, I can cover you with cloth. Infinity cannot be covered with cloth. That's why they didn't put clothes on Divine Mother, Mother Kali.
But with other gods are big clothes.
Correct. Because that aspect is not worshipped there. Very interesting. Otherwise also, Krishna is black, Rama is black, Kali is black. Why everybody is blue or black? It's because of infinite nature. Really what Rama was, we do not know. Though it is said in Ramayana that Rama was little dark, Lakshmana was very fair. Rama has to be dark because Rama is infinity. Mother Kali is dark because infinity. Then you say, why Durga is not dark then? That aspect, whichever character you want to worship, whichever aspect you want to worship.
That ultimate knowledge, is it dark?
No. Because it is infinite. Sky is blue because it is infinite. Ocean is blue because it is infinite. So it's okay. If it is infinite, she must be blue. Mother Kali is not blue. Yesterday we heard the song, Shyama Ma Ki Amar Kalore. Kakhono Shweta, Kakhono Nil. Sometimes without color. Sri Ramakrishna gives example. That chameleon sometimes is this color, sometimes is that color. Sometimes it merges with background. There is no color. These are all examples. You should not stretch the example, you will be confused. So idea is this, that Samachittananda, same God is being worshipped. Every day we worship Sri Ramakrishna. Tomorrow will be a special day when we will worship Mother Kali. We are worshipping the same God. Remember Sri Ramakrishna says, oh Mother, show me how a Christian worships you. Christian doesn't worship Kali. Why he is praying to Mother Kali? It is God or the consciousness or the truth. How Christians worship truth? Show me. How Muslims worship truth? Show me. We worship in these different forms. They worship in different ways. Eventually it is worship. But worship of the same principle which is God. God is not a person. When a person realizes that truth, we start worshipping him. That's why when Sri Ramakrishna passed away, disciples went to the cremation ground and put this divine holy body of Sri Ramakrishna to fire. After coming back, in the Kashipur garden house, Swami Vivekananda said, "Today I have done the most sinful act of my life, that I put on fire that sacred body of an incarnation." And then he did, which we don't do, we don't have a chance to do, but it is somewhat like sacrament in Christianity. Swami Vivekananda took a bit of relics of Sri Ramakrishna and followed. This is how the philosophy of sacrament is there. When wine and bread is given, it is nothing but the flesh and blood of Jesus Christ. Then you partake it, so that Jesus comes in you. Swamiji took a small fraction and took on the mouth. Anyway, so tomorrow is Kali Puja, 6 o'clock, bhajans will start till 8:30. Please come. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.